So, Mr. Ahmed, so what do you think should be the roadmap for the youth of Pakistan?
Listen, um, the thing is, at this moment, if there is a change which can be brought in this country, it is entirely up to the youth of Pakistan. I mean, out of the 170 million, around 100 to 110 million of the population of this country is between 15 to 25 years of age. And this is the biggest resource pool we have available. We tap into this pool, we can work miracles, we can bring a revolution in this country. Now, when we talk of revolution, we saw different movements going on in the country in the previous days. We had the lawyers movement and whatnot, and we saw that the students were pretty proactive in it. But what I believe is that that wasn't the right way to go about it. Times have changed. The revolution is not about going out on the streets or assaulting people or trying to topple governments. It's a different war altogether now. It's a war of economics, it's a war of education. We need to be economically stable, we need to be educated, we need to be academically stable. And that's how we can bring about the revolution. That's how we can bring unity. People say that we don't have unity here. People say Balochistan is falling apart, NWFP is falling apart. And they come to different people, they come to me, they're like, what is the solution? I personally believe education is the only solution available to us. You cannot talk about economic disparity at this time. You have resources, you have everything. If you're talking about allocation, that's a different story. But only if people are educated, do they know their rights. We had this movement that people said we want justice. You cannot have justice, you cannot demand justice if you're not educated. Why was it that it was the 1% of the 1% or the elites which were out on the street, whereas the other people were least interested? We went up to them, we asked them why they weren't taking active part in it, and they were like, we are more concerned with our daily bread and butter. We don't care even if we have a chief justice or not. So that is the thing, we need to bring awareness. And how we bring awareness, as I said, it's entirely in the hands of the youth. If there is going to be a revolution in this country, the youth are going to bring it, and I think they can very well can. We are trying to initiate this thing. We have to first realize our own potential. If we want to bring revolution, we don't need to take up arms and go fight people. What we need to do is take up our pens and study. We need more research scholars, we need more researchers, we need more economists, we need more entrepreneurs, we need more businessmen over here. As a gentleman, Mr. Athamid said, why do we cry blue murder if we lost Palestine? Alright? If the Israelis or the imperialists had enough power to take over Palestine, fine, you build enough muscle and you take Palestine back if you can. Why do you whine all the time? That's our problem. We whine a lot but we do nothing. This is high time we did anything. You're talking about the roadmap, fine, once we say a roadmap, we lay down a plan for future. This is our future. What we have to do is, we have to do now, whatever we have to do. Because what we do now will define our future. What we do now is so crucial that it could even determine whether Pakistan stays in the future or not. So my personal request to everyone who is listening to me or whoever gets a wind of it is, please step up to your own potential. Unite, realize your own potential, realize what role you have to play in this country. Unite under reform. And I believe the people who go out protesting for their rights, if they utilize that same amount of energy, doing some extra study or coaching some unprivileged students, that's going to bring about a greater revolution than going out on the streets, getting beaten up by the police and staying in the lockup for a couple of days or so.
Alright, thank you, Mr. Ahmed.
You're most welcome.
Thank you.